In a quiet town surrounded by endless woods stood an old abandoned radio tower that no one dared to approach. Loka said the tower still whispered at night, even though its power had been cut for decades. 17-year-old Ethan had always been drawn to strange things, and one October night he decided to climb the hill where the tower stood. His friends warned him that the last person who went there never came back, but Ethan wanted proof that the stories were fake. He took his camera flashlight and recorder and started walking through the mist. The air grew colder the closer he got. The forest around him felt alive, as if it was breathing. His flashlight flickered every few steps, and his recorder picked up faint whispers, though he was alone. When he finally reached the tower, he noticed that one red light on top was blinking faintly. He thought maybe the stories were just exaggerations. He climbed the stairs and found an old control room, filled with dust and broken equipment. In the center stood a microphone still plugged into the console. He pressed the record button and spoke into it. His voice echoed back after a few seconds, but it was slower, deeper, distorted. Then another voice followed, whispering his name. Ethan froze. The voice sounded exactly like him, but older. He looked around, but saw no one. Then the microphone turned on by itself, and a distorted version of his voice said, "Leave now." He backed away and tripped over something on the floor. It was a cassette labeled "Do Not Play." Curiosity got the best of him. He placed the cassette in the player and pressed play. The tape began with static, then a man's voice started speaking calmly, describing Ethan's every movement in real time. The voice said, "Ethan looks around, scared. He is reading this message now." Ethan's heart raced. He looked behind him and saw nothing but shadows. Then the voice said, "He is turning toward the window." He looked and saw his reflection in the cracked glass, but it was smiling even though he wasn't. Panic took over and he ran down the stairs, but every door he tried was locked. The whispers grew louder now, forming words. They kept repeating, "Welcome back." When he reached the ground floor, the door opened on its own. He bolted outside into the fog. Behind him, the red light blinked faster until it went out completely. He didn't stop running until he reached his car. When he got home, he checked his camera footage. The video showed him entering the tower, but nothing else. There was no sound, no whisper, no light. It cut off exactly 5 minutes after he entered. Then the screen flickered and his own face appeared, staring at the lens, whispering softly, "Stay tuned." The camera timestamp showed the recording was made the following night. Ethan never remembered making it, and no one ever saw him again, but every night the tower's red light started blinking again, as if waiting for another visitor.